Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the Dear Dad podcast. This is the place where we address dad dynamics and discuss personal experiences, stories, and poem submissions to help provide a platform for healing while simultaneously uplifting one another. Let's change the dad narrative all around. Let's go. Let's grow. Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the Dear Dad podcast. My name is Bijimson Darius, aka BJ. So today I'm excited. I'm actually excited for a couple of reasons. One is my cousin, and two is because I have another person on here that's a woman and not a man to share their story about their perspective of their dad and the story about their dad. And the reason why I reached out to her is because I know she's very, very transparent. I can honestly say. And she's one of my cousins. Again, guys, I'm going to tell you guys, if you guys don't like this podcast because there's too many of my cousins, you might as well tune out now because there's endless supply of cousins of mine, from men to women. But I definitely reach out to her because I know she has a story to tell. I know she has her own perspective about her dad. And I wanted her to come on the podcast to just share that. So I'm not going to take too long. So, guys, I'm going to introduce you guys to my cousin. I'm excited. I might have to calm down a little bit. I might have to calm down. So let me introduce you to my cousin, Jessica Ballerstein. The reason I say Ballerstein is because she changed her last name. She's not a Darius anymore, but it's okay. I'll let that go. So, Jessica, what's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much. Thank you for having me again. I'm so honored to be able to have a space to speak on your podcast. Thank you.
Cool. Absolutely. All right. So let's just jump right into the first question and then we can move on. So let me know, who is Jessica?
Oh man. Okay. Right into it. Who is Jessica? Wasted no time with that. Honestly, it's a woman that is still just striving to keep learning. I will never not be a learner. I'm not the same Jessica I would even say last week. I'm always trying to expand and evolve myself as a person. So I can't even pinpoint who is Jessica, because Jessica might not be the same Jessica you speak to 2 weeks from now. But if I had to narrow it down, I would say a person that's always willing to learn, someone who is, like you mentioned, transparent, because I really do believe transparency is key to every relationship, and someone who, is bold and brave and raw. I try to be those things in one person. So, yeah.
Raw is an understatement. I mean, even before we begin, we had to have a little chat. We had to have a little chat. I was like, all right, that's good. Okay, first of all, it's a little worry about your language. I spoke to my wife and she was like, did you talk to Jessica about her language?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a problem. But I'm working on it, I'm working on it. It may not be, something I could change overnight or 5 years or 10 years from now, but I'll try to improve on that.
No. Look, that's you. That is you. I just had to I had to let you know, because I know this is a family podcast, and it might turn. I told you I might have to pause. And I was like, okay, we might have to clean up a little bit before. It's okay. So far we're doing okay.
Please tell me. Okay. All right. Cool.
So far we're doing okay. Cool. Yes. So, so your dad. Before we jump into your dad, I just want to say a little bit about your dad. First of all, your dad, I absolutely love. To tell you the truth, I absolutely love. One, they say that I look like your dad. I feel like I look at your dad.
Yeah.
His behavior, the way he carries around. I love who he is. I love the way he carries himself. I love the personality that he has. I know I'm jumping ahead of time, but I always wanted to just say, I love who he is, man. He's just a phenomenal guy, and his charisma, his attitude, his personality trait. It's just so much in him that I just love, because he's just such a cool guy, man. He's so cool. But again, that's my perspective of it. What is your perspective of your dad? Tell me about your dad.
You said everything. When it comes to charisma and candid, the way he moves, the confidence he has, I 100% believe I got that from my dad. No offense to my mother or anything, because she is also her own person, but I really do believe my confidence and my grit is definitely from my dad. yeah, that hasn't changed despite well, I don't know who's listening, but my dad had a massive stroke when I was about 15 years old, which is a huge thing for a girl, especially around that time. And not just a huge thing for a girl, a huge thing for me, personally speaking, because my mom and my dad was divorced like since I was 5, and grew up in a home really I didn't get that like fatherly like attention or love or compassion or that playfulness you find in a dad. And I was definitely a daddy's girl. And if you asked me like when I was 15 who was my favorite person, again, no offense to my mom, but like who was my best friend, honestly, I swear to you, my best friend, it was my dad. Every time I got to see him, it was like a treat. It was like a place where I could be myself, say whatever the heck I want. And, I didn't have any restraint. Because, when you're young, you always have that parent or someone who's above you that's kind of like making sure you watch your mouth and watch the way you speak, the way you, the way you act and all that. I didn't need to do that with my dad. I could say whatever I want. I could, do whatever I want. I could ask him for whatever I want. And I got that. I got that ability to be free and be Jess. And it meant a lot to me. So when he had his massive stroke, that part of my world was pretty much diminished. I didn't get that. And despite, his recovery and where he is now, that's a part of my life that's always going to be, I don't want to say void because I still have a relationship with my dad.
Right.
But that part is just like, it's so empty now. You get me? So he's always going to be that memory of my dad. I will never let that memory of my dad die. I will never let it be forgotten. No matter what we go through, that's my dad. That's the part I will always remember. But yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. It'll be beautiful. I was going to go to this question a little later on the podcast, but since you touched base on it, I would like to tackle it. His massive stroke affect everybody. I mean, when I say everybody, it was just a shock. It for me, I didn't know anything about it. I was still young. We all was young when it happened, and it hit us hard. And I'm pretty sure it hit you even harder because you're his daughter. And just to see him in the hospital and see how different he looks, and after he got out the hospital, he was a little bit different, personality a little bit different, but he was still that person that I remember. From your perspective, how did his stroke affect you?
Oh yeah, like I mentioned, it shattered my world. It completely erased any kind of joy. I know it sounds kind of like harsh to say because of course I grew up with my mom and I had a stepdad, I had siblings. Absolutely, they were blessings in my life for what they were. However, not having that father figure and not having that piece of joy, and like I mentioned, when I was with my dad, I was Jess. Like I wasn't this girl that was trying to shy away from people. I wasn't this girl that like put herself in a corner and shut her room and don't do any. Like when I was with my dad, I was creative, I was me. So imagine having the world, like your light, to now become this dark place where you're seeing your dad go through, now like literally seeing your dad fight for his life. Because when the stroke happened, I was picked up immediately from home and went there. And I'll never forget, oh wow, I knew it. I knew the tears were gonna come.
It's okay.
I'll never forget seeing my dad for the first time I've ever known my dad look so weak. He was always strong. My dad was my hero. My dad is my hero. My dad, like, I thought of him as this powerful person, and to see him incubated in an ICU with like tubes coming out of every part of his body. And mind you, I've never been to a hospital before where it was that like dramatic. So to see someone I idolize so much in a position where he can't talk, can't move. He's bleeding from his brain, and like there might be a chance he might not survive. Like, yeah, that moment is something that's forever etched and scarred into my heart, into my brain, into my, like, because I really do believe we carry our wounds with us, and that wound is something that obviously to this day I'm still healing from.
Right.
But yeah, like, yeah, that was something that I'll never forget. And although it was traumatic, it molded me to who I am today.
Right.
I feel like I'm able to handle grief a lot better at such a young age, because to see your dad look like that, it's pretty much like a whole grieving process. Although he's not dead, but the person that I once knew is no longer there. So right. I had to grieve with that, and I'm still grieving with that. Right. So yeah, that's my answer on that.
Right. I do apologize. It wasn't my intent for you to cry.
I know, but I told you, my dad is such a sensitive topic for me. And yeah, it's really tough. It's really tough. But I'm more than happy to talk about it, because I know there are people out there that go through the same thing, whether it's with illnesses, physical ailments, or mm-hmm. like mental illnesses. There are other women out there that has lost that piece of their life, and I'm okay with talking about it. And Beautiful. I'm okay with being transparent.
Thank you so much for that. So there was like so much memories, and I'm trying to venture a little bit away from that earlier topic. There's a lot of memories that I had of your dad. This might be a little bit funny one, just to lighten the mood. So the first sex talk was from your dad. Okay. And I think my sister Gael had that same talk too. And I think it was from Gael, and I just picked up on it. I think he spoke to Gael and was telling her about the sex talk. I don't think Gael didn't get it from my dad, but she got it from him. And that's why I had to respect him. He was pretty much saying, sex is good, sex is great. Just as long as you protect yourself, it's fine. But you know what I'm saying? He's just very blunt, very forward, and not hiding anything. And I love that about him. And still today, I remember him talking and giving her the lesson, but I was picking up on it. And again, those are the characteristics of him that I truly love. What other characteristics in him that you feel like you have, that you carry in yourself?
That's actually a great question. My dad is forward. Like, till this day, he is forward. He holds no bars. Like, he does not give a flying pig. I don't even know what other word to replace with that. He just does not care. And I always want to carry that with me. Because why? Why do we care so much about other people's opinions? Why are we always trying to put ourselves in a box? Why are we always trying to like be this person? And he didn't care about any of that. He was just fully himself. And as a matter of fact, yeah, my first sex talk was with him too. Like, and I remember like when I first had my menstrual cycle, my mom didn't even want to have that conversation with me because she knew exactly who could. She was like, talk to your dad about that. I was like, what? Okay. And I just remember, like, despite my mom giving him that task, which is a really hard task, even for me I have a little sister, and having the talk about menstrual cycles and even like, let alone sex, is just like, it's heavy. And my dad just took the reins on that. I'll never forget, like, we went on a date. Like, it was a daddy-daughter date. Wow. He came to visit me, and he took me to the finest Haitian restaurant in Queens. He was like, all right, Jess, you started to be a woman, and gave me the whole talk about it. And like candlelit dinner. Wow. Candlelit dinner. And like, he was like, okay, and I remember like fumbling with the fork, because Haitians, we don't do forks. We just get a spoon, throw it back. Like, we don't waste our time. And I remember my dad being like, hey, how about you learn how to eat with a fork today. And he literally was showing me like till this day, if I can eat with a fork and knife, it's because of my dad. So yeah, that's definitely one of my fondest memories. My dad and Uncle Joaquin having a second sex talk after that. And yeah, we got a lot of sex talks. I think it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of like kids, the cousins that we have, and the sex talks that we get. You would think that, yeah, it would make sense, but no. We all got the sex talk, but if only they practice what they put.
Yeah,
it's okay.
That's a whole different other topic. I don't think we have enough time to tackle that.
Ooh, child, yes.
And again, like you said before, you know, our uncles and definitely your dad, besides him being so blunt and forward, and not having any excuse with that, it's phenomenal. And I think that's beautiful. And just what you just said right now, as far as he took you pretty much on a date night, a daddy and daughter date night. For me, as a Caribbean parent, I don't think I've ever imagined anybody doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I never even thought about my father, any of my uncles from before doing something like that, because we're not taught that. They didn't. I don't think they learned about something like that. But your father wasn't on a different level, and the fact that he did that for me, I even you telling me right now, it gave me chills. I was like, this is what needs to get done. That's what should have gotten done, and he did it. Like those are the examples that I look forward to.
Right. Yeah. He's so unconventional, and I think because he's so different, I strive to be different. Like he really has made me like who I am today. My core qualities, a lot of it comes from him. I mean, you know, I have some things I need to work on too that came from him too, you know, my anger. But, you know, we ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. But for sure, like when it comes to my very core qualities, I would say I got a lot of that from my dad.
Now, besides the memory that you just told me about, the date night with your dad, which is for me, that's a staple. I can just like wrap it up right there. But do you have any other memorable moments with your dad that you can share with us?
I just remember he's just a funny dude. Like I have so many memories, so many good memories of my dad. And I'll even say I have so many memories that aren't so good of my dad. And that's the thing. I don't want to, like, no one's perfect. We all have, you know, things that we aren't proud of. We all have things that happen that, you know, if we had the chance to change it, we would. So I'd be lying if I was like, oh, all my memories with my dad were amazing. But no, I've had, you know, you're a kid, you do kid things and you get disciplined for it, and he wouldn't be my dad if he didn't. You get what I mean? So I have all the best memories, good and bad, are the best memories of my dad. But if I had to think of one in particular, I would think of, he did spoil me for sure. We went on a shopping spree, me and him, at the closest mall in New Jersey. And I just remember him just buying me all the things I needed, whether it was school stuff. It was like someone gave me $1,000, which at a young age, that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Someone gave me $1,000 and was just like, buy whatever you want. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was in a movie and I was just buying whatever the hell I wanted. And I went back and I had whatever I wanted to eat. And that night we cooked, because my dad at the time was learning how to be a chef, and he was one of the best cooks. Other than my mom, he was one of the best cooks in my life. That's true. And he was learning how to be a chef, and he was just, even with simple things, he just knew how to doctor it up and make it so good. Like he took ramen noodle and made it like some fine dining kind of stuff. Like he did stuff like that. I just remember him getting a pack of noodles and just made it like the best noodles I've ever had. Till this day, I try to recreate it and I can't. But I always make those noodles thinking of him. But yeah, there's too many memories I could think of, like us having parties at his place. That was party central for the cousins. I know that. Whenever there was something happening, it was most likely at my dad's. Because he just liked kids and he liked joy, honestly. I think he was one of those people who just liked joy. He liked his peace of mind. He likes things that makes him happy, being around people that makes him happy. He had no tolerance for things that didn't. And I really admired that.
Yes, I agree 100%. Your dad was a different person. He's different from all the other uncles. And I mean, I'm going to say that because I can say that. He was different only because he did everything different, from career wise, getting his stuff together, being a chef. Like you didn't see that happening. I didn't see that happening around me. I didn't have that example around me, especially as an uncle. So seeing your dad do those things, that was just like, seeing other parents do it, like maybe the white person do it or something like that. No offense to any white person, or a high successful business person doing that, or somebody that's like high corporate. But he was doing those things, and he was doing it well. It wasn't watered down. It wasn't just mediocre. He was doing it well, and I absolutely adore that. I love being around your dad. I absolutely love being around. I feel like I can gain a whole life lesson being around your dad. That's how awesome he is. He would teach you every time he's around you. I can pick up anything whenever I'm around him, and I'm pretty sure with you, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard at all. Like every time you're around, he's gonna teach you something, and it's not like
absolutely.
He's not scrutinizing you. He's not picking on you, but he's just ready. He's always full of knowledge just to teach you.
Right. I like that even lit up a whole other part of my memory. I remember him teaching me, like I was drawing something and he was like, hey, let me show you how to do this. And then till this day, I know how to draw a toothbrush because of my dad. I know how to draw roads because of he let me tap into my creative side. And that's something I will always appreciate about him. He does, like, it's really hard because in a Haitian household, I don't know about all Haitian households, but in my growing up, creativity wasn't encouraged. Creativity isn't a thing in Haitian cultures. It's always like work, l'église, la caille, l'école. Like work, you go to school, you come home, and that's it. Like that's all you need out of life. But with my dad, I felt like I could be creative. I could just say what I want, write what I want, draw what I want, and he would foster that. He would encourage it and nurture it. Whereas other parents or other households, they kind of diminish it and shut it down. And I really feel like if my dad knew the kind of work I've been producing, the kind of creative things I've been doing, he would be so proud. So proud, because he loved creativity. He loved being against the grain and just being different.
Yep.
And yeah, like for sure, he was always down to teach someone something. Always down.
And what do you think is the greatest lesson that he's taught you?
Honestly,
what did you learn from him?
The greatest lesson I learned from him, like I said, just being authentic and transparent. Like I feel like that goes a lot further than just taking things as they are, or just like when someone minimizes you and just accepting it. I feel like it doesn't do anything for you. My dad, and he didn't like anyone to minimize him. He knew who he was. He was confident in who he was, and he got far with that. And everyone loved him for it. Like you like he's a person that he could do whatever he wants. And some people would be like, whoa, he's bold. But he's just being himself. That's the crazy thing. He's just being himself. And I think that's one thing I've learned from him, is just to be yourself, just to be fully authentic and grounded in knowing who you are as a person and who you stand for and what moral ground you're on too. Where it's just like, if you don't like this, you're gonna, like, I'm gonna say it, like, I don't like this, I love this, like I don't mess with that, or whatever. He's that kind of person. And I think people love that, and it allows room for transparency with everyone, and everyone knows how each other is feeling, and leaves room for communication as well. And like I said, a lot of my relationships, I strongly believe it's communication. Not a lot, all of my relationships, I really do believe communication is key, and letting each other know how we feel about each other, positive or negative, whatever, or in between. I think for sure it's him and his transparency that I learned a lot from.
Yeah, like I said before, your dad was on a different level as far as being confident. He was like, if he said something, it was coming from a good place.
Right.
He even though sometimes he was joking, like when he speak, that it's a lesson learned, you know. And
Right.
I always adore that. And I'm gonna continue saying that he was different from any one of our uncles. It's the way he carried himself, the way he uplift you, the way he jokes. I mean, all of us jokes, but again, he's a little bit different.
His jokes hit different. His
It
jokes
impacts
always
you
hit
different.
different.
It made you think.
Right. It's kind of like, damn, is that a joke or like a lesson?
And even like you said, the cursing and the way he's posting, everything about him was different. Like I'm even thinking about in comparison to my father and my other uncles. Like I'm looking at him, I'm like, maybe I'm putting him in a little bit pedestal, so to speak. But I just like the way he was so confident in himself, the way he was confident in the stuff that he said and the things that he did, and the goals that he set for himself, and he was achieving it. I know, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but honestly, that's that kind of person he is and was. And he just was it was a bolt of energy. Whenever he was around you, you definitely you felt that electricity around you. And I absolutely adore that about your dad. And again, his accident affect all of us. And it hurt a lot. And I can't say right now, like, for me, it's devastating. It's devastating. But was there anything you wish you had done different or was different with the relationship with your dad?
I wish, I know this is gonna sound okay. So when my dad first had the massive stroke, like I said, he wasn't the person I knew. When he started to recover, he, like we said a whole bunch of times, this is a person who's confident, charismatic, about achieving goals, crushing goals, not just achieving them, but crushing them. And he just became this person that just didn't even want to work on himself. Like, and I'm talking about someone who would go to the gym, would eat healthy. And to eat, going to the gym is one thing, but eating healthy is a whole nother thing, especially when you're Haitian. This guy took care of himself. And to see someone like that, to be a person where he just didn't care about his recovery, didn't care about, trying to speak again, didn't care about physical therapy, it really crushed me, to the point where, like, even after years and years of him being stagnant in where he was. For example, when I moved to Boston, I really wanted to motivate him, really want him to get him back in physical therapy, get him back into things that could, start, activating those muscles again in his brain. And he just kept giving up on himself. And it frustrated me. It really did. It frustrated me so much, because I felt like when he gave up on himself, he gave up on me. He gave up on Gigi. He gave up on Will. Because we want him to just be better than where he's at, but he just kept choosing to be complacent. And that built up a lot of anger among me, that built up a lot of frustration. And I felt like there was a time where I wasn't giving my dad any grace for who he was. And that's one thing that I've made peace with. And I'm, like I said, we've all had things in our past, but I've just made peace with the fact that he is who he is, and despite where he's at in his life, that's still my dad. And just having grace with him changed my perspective, because he's battling his own battle. You get what I'm saying? So who am I to just be mad at him for dealing with what he's dealing with the way he can deal with it? So that's one thing I would say that I wish I did differently, is having more compassion and grace. Because I felt like my compassion was kind of I wouldn't say forced, but it was kind of forced. I want you to start doing this so you could be better. I want you to start doing this so you could speak. I want you to start rather than it being how can I help you? You get me? Instead of asking.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying instead of asking how can I be of help to you, it was me more of this is what you're gonna do to be better, Dad. This is what you're gonna do. So I felt like that's one thing I wish I could have done.
On that same note, what you were saying, I'm just observing and listening to what you're saying, and from my perspective, I'm hearing something different, and I'm on. Tell me if I'm wrong. So this question is more towards, again, what you just said. Do you feel like the reason why you were pushing your dad to get better and take physical therapy and get his muscle going again and muscle memories to work again, do you feel like because you wanted your dad back? Because
Yes.
he was pretty much gone, and you were trying your hardest to get him back, and all this stuff would have potentially put him back to a certain degree.
Exactly. You said it perfectly, where it's just like, I was trying to force him to be my dad again. I was trying to force him to be that version of my dad again. And because like, I felt like he was just like, no, this is me. I was just frustrated with that, because that was a light in my life that the light was turned off, and I was trying to turn it back on, and he just refused. He refused to. So with that, like I said, it brought a lot of anger, brought a lot of like grief and all that stuff. So I think for sure it would be just expressing and having more grace with my dad, and taking him for who he is and who he was after the stroke, instead of trying to force him and mold him into something I wanted him to be.
Do you kind of feel like he kind of betrayed you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like being completely forward. Like, I felt like he did. I felt like he betrayed not just me, Will and Gigi, my brothers and my sisters. Like, I felt like he just decided, like, F him. All right, this is my life, and I'm not even gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight to try to get better. I'm not gonna fight to try to interact with my kids. Like, that's it. And I just felt like it was a betrayal. Because it's like, I'm here now. I'm here to support you on this journey to be better, and yet you're just refusing to accept my support or take any support, and just decide to just give up on life. And that's not who I know. That's not who my dad is. My dad doesn't give up. My dad is charismatic. My dad is confident. My dad's ready to attack anything that's in front of him. So it was just like, no, like you're not my dad. Like, you're not who I always. I'm sorry, me being me, I thought, you're not my dad. That whole my dumbass went there. Yeah, so it's just like, he wasn't who I knew. So I felt betrayed. I felt like, whoa, like, you're not even gonna try. You're not even gonna try for me. You're not gonna try for me and me, Gigi, and Will. Like, you're not even gonna try for us. This is who you decided to be on. So yeah, like, I was mad. I was upset. I knew he could be better. But at the end of the day, like, he was fighting his own, like, it's a lot. And suffering from a massive stroke is one thing, but trying to deal with the daily depression that comes with that is another. And I felt like I now personally know just that battle in itself, what he's going through, let alone the actual physical therapy and the other tangible things that he needed to do or had to do. You get what I mean?
No, absolutely.
Because like, depression is debilitating. It's debilitating. And speaking from its experience, I don't even know if I would be able to get as far as he did mentally, because it's a lot. It's a lot to have your world change like that, to be in a place where you were pretty much like crushing it in life, like getting your chef certificate, doing all these things, having these 2 kids, you were crushing it, to now being in a hospital and not able to like move, talk, and talking alone is a whole other ball game. So yeah, I'm more graceful with the idea, and having more grace with myself too, for being so frustrated with my dad. But he was dealing with his own battle. And yeah, and who am I to judge? Who am I to say what he should be doing? He can only do his best.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard, as kids, no matter how old we are, we still are a child in our Father's eyes. And sometimes, no matter what we go through, we still want the affirmation. We want the confirmation from our dad or from our parents, because we want that approval. We want them to say, yes, you're doing good. Yes, this what you're doing is okay. Or I disapprove of that. Just the simple words can go so far. And I'm hearing that in your tone. I'm hearing that in your voice, where there is somewhat of a void. there is some want of a void that it hasn't been completely filled yet. And I'm not trying to diagnose you per se.
Oh yeah, no, I get
I'm not
it.
trying to diagnose you, but I mean, all of us go through that. All of us have our own little ordeal with our dad. Sometimes we just don't know how to approach it. We don't know what to say. You don't know how to go about it, especially when it's a traumatic experience to have that change. Not only to change you physically, but mentally. And now you have to change. You have to alter who you are and what you think the world is, because your dad now is somebody else, is somebody different. The person that you thought your dad was is not who he is anymore. And now you got to change that and say, okay, he was my dad. Now he is my dad still, but that person that I grew to love and who he was is not that person anymore. So you have to like remold who your perspective of your dad is, and it's not easy.
Right. And it hasn't been. Till this day, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out who my dad is, because I don't know, like, yeah, till this day, because even recently when I went back to visit him, it was like he was just vibrant. Like, I have yet to see my dad so vibrant in such a long time, where he was like up and happy and it was different. It was really different to see him in that light. And there's days I see my dad where he just won't even get up to say hi to me. So it's like, it's ever changing, and I'm just learning to accept whatever is thrown at me, and understand. And I do understand, at the end of the day, that's still my dad. I love him. Like, that's still dad. Like, that's still my dad. Like, I don't care. There's no other. But learning to just accept whatever, like, wherever we are in our relationship is something that I'm still, trying to get used to.
Now I know you said that your dad had and still have an influence in your life. Now moving towards like dating life, right? And you were dating and now you have your husband. How has your dad have an influence in your decision to make to pick a partner, to have a husband?
Oh man, my dad told me at a young age to like know my worth. Like, at a very young age, he pretty much told me, don't let no guy no guy try to tell you who you are, what to do, any of that. And growing in a home where like my mom was super submissive, I just knew, I was like, you gotta keep up. I'm not. So that in itself, like, it made me kind of, I'm not gonna lie, initially in the dating world, it was kind of rough, because, especially as a woman of like after the teenage years in your 20s, you're trying to figure yourself out, let alone figuring out who you want in a partner. Right. So it's like, it's a lot. And I had to go through a couple heartbreaks and break a couple hearts to figure that out. And I really do believe it's because my dad instilled in me, like, don't let nobody mess with you. Don't let nobody mess with you. Like, man or woman or whatever. Like, no. You know who you are, you know your worth, and that's that. And I felt like that has led me to the love of my life, Jake. And it's because I knew who I was as a person, what I wanted, what I didn't want, led me to someone who accepted me for that, and who also had his own things that he wanted and he didn't want, and we just make it work.
Right.
And my dad didn't like to complicate things. My dad wasn't like dramatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needed this, he needed that. Like, nah. We just wanted the simple things out of life. And that's just to be loved, to be understood, and just laugh. Like, laughing has always been a medicine of ours. Like, he's always down to crack a joke, even in serious times. So that's something that I also felt like is a part of my personality because of my dad. And because it's a part of my personality, I met someone who also can embrace that. And yeah, so, yeah, that's my answer. I'm like, I don't even know if I answered the question, to be honest. Did I even answer the question?
It's okay. Look, I'm telling you, it's okay. wherever you take it is where I'm gonna go, and I can just bring it back by
Okay,
the
I'm
question.
like,
But
did I answer the question? I'm just
it's
like just going.
it's fine. It's fine. I love it. I love it. It's fine. It's fine. So so right now you and your husband Jake, I love what you guys are doing. I love what you guys are, the way you guys are, the way you guys interact, and the way he's, like you said, he respects you. He respects you for who you are and what you are. So I know you. I know you're not. I know. Well, I don't know. Let me rephrase that question. I don't know if you are a mom yet. So if it's something you want to tell me on the podcast, you want to tell me now.
Absolutely not. Y'all know what it is. Absolutely not. Are you crazy?
Look, hey, if you want it, that's the best time for you to announce it. I'm not gonna
No, no, no.
listen. It'll be
No,
just
no,
between
no.
you and I. This is
I
you and I.
know. Actually, it won't be between you and I. No, absolutely not. We have no kids. We don't have plans to have kids anytime soon, if that was your question.
Well, the question is, you're not a mom, so that's answering the first question. Two, do you have a perspective of what type of mom you want to be?
Yo, that's a really solid question. That's a really, no, seriously, that's a really solid question. Honestly, I just want to be a mom that has the best intentions. Because as like you guys don't get a playbook, like parents don't get a guidebook on how to be parents. You kind of
Nope.
just wing it.
Yep.
Right? You kind of just wing it. However, no matter how you wing it, you always have the best intentions, right?
Right.
You have never looked at your son and was like, I have a bad intention for doing this or whatever. You always have the best intentions. No matter how it's perceived, you always have the best intentions. And I just want to be a mom that has the best intentions for my kid. No matter, like if he's a badass lover or if he's a bad, like, you're gonna get a couple whippings, but it's for the best intentions. But no, for real though, like I just want to have the best intentions for my kids, and I do want to give them the best life I can. Like I want them to have what they need and what they want, because I didn't have that. And number one, I've talked about this with Jake too. I want them to have creative freedom. Creativity means so much to me, and it plays a role into every aspect of your life. And I think people underestimate how much creativity plays a role into their lives. So I want my kids to have that full access of creativity to do what they want and not be boxed into certain career choices or like boxed into a certain personality. No, you be full-fledged yourself. Like I don't want you to hold back. I don't want a kid to be raised in the kind of mindset where it's like they have to be a lawyer, they have to be an engineer in order to have my approval.
Right.
I just want my kids to just feel like they're living their life the best they can. And that's one thing I feel like I was robbed of is my childhood, and not having a father figure to really like push me. Like when I say I didn't have a father figure, obviously you guys know what happened with my dad, but I didn't have like another person to just be like, okay, I'll just take over from here. It was just me fending for myself after my dad's stroke. So I didn't get that kind of nurturing kind of love where I could continue being creative and continue doing things I love. I just always had that mindset where it's like, I have to succeed to be loved. I have to succeed to be, and it's messed up. And it's a really toxic thing to put in like these expectations are so toxic to kids, because there's so much you deal with as a kid, and people don't come to realize how much like kids really go through. Kids have problems too, y'all. Like kids go through stuff. So it's like people don't realize that, and to put expectations on a child, it's really unfair because they're kids, so I just want my kids to be kids. I just want to be a mother that loves and nurture and be the best mother I can be. Like I can't tell you I'm gonna be like, oh, an A+ mother. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do know for sure I'll have the best intentions.
Yeah, let me tell you right now. I said it before in the podcast. I'm gonna say it again. Like you said, there is no instruction, no guidebook, no nothing that's gonna prepare you to become a parent. There's some stuff. There's some books that you can read that can say based on that person's experience, but it's a personal journey that you have to go through. You have to understand that it's a personal journey. No matter who you end up with, what kind of child you end up with, it's your personal journey. So don't try to take anybody's perspective. And I think you already know that already. about, well, this is how you should raise your kids. This is how you should. No. Whatever they say, your kid can come out all sorts of ways. You have to know how to customize yourself to your kid, your child. And every child is different. Every single child is different. You have to realize that. And the reason why I ask you that is because some of us have to be intentional with being a parent. If you don't want to be a parent, it's something you got to voice. But if you have the intention of being a parent, when a child is there, it changed the dynamic. It changed your perspective in life.
Right.
It changed your view in life. And I can honestly say that because I'm going through that.
Right.
A child being in life is different. Like it changed who you are, and it changed your view of life. And you have a brighter, a stronger, a bigger motivation towards things. Everything is a little bit stronger and wiser and smarter and sweeter. But again, that's your own personal journey. That's your own personal journey. So I'm not going to push anything on you on that. But the next few questions that I ask you is going to be a little bit deep. So you can take a
Damn,
minute.
are you serious? Like these questions wasn't deep enough?
Nah. It was all right. It was just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, wow. Okay. Damn,
No, not that bad.
I need a cup of water.
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But the next two I think might be. So do you love who Jessica has become? And do you think your dad had anything to play with that?
Hell yeah, I love who Jessica has become. Hell yeah. Like, that's a no-brainer. And if you ask that question to any person, the person doesn't say yes, no. I love the person I've become because that's where I need to be. You get what I'm saying? Like, I have come such a long way. When I think back to who I was like 2 weeks ago, like where I was 2 weeks ago, I'm blessed. I am grateful. I literally say that daily to myself because I'm the realest person I know. I say this daily, like, I am grateful. I am grateful for who I've become. I am blessed. Like, honestly, I had to learn a lot. I'm still learning. I had to learn a lot, evolve so much. And evolution isn't just one phase. It's like continuous. It doesn't stop. So where I'm at now is where I need to be, and I'll go from there. And my dad 100% had to do with that because my dad had the same mindset too. I rarely heard my dad complain about anything around him. I can never remember a time my dad was like, man, I wish I was more this. I wish I had more of this. He just went with the flow. He just had what he had and worked with it. And that's the kind of person I feel like I am too, where it's just like, yeah, sometimes I was going to say the S word. Yeah, it kind of sucks sometimes. It kind of sucks sometimes to be in a predicament where you feel like you could be further, but what's yours is yours. And my dad was all about putting in the work, and I'm putting in the work just as much as he did. And I just want to put in the work while also staying humble. You get what I mean? So I'm just like doing me and doing the best thing I can do and doing my best. So I am 100% happy with where I am today. And I am 100% grateful for that, model my dad has given me.
Beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So just to wrap this up, and I pretty much have two more questions for you and I'll wrap it up. Just to wrap the journey of your dad perspective from you. If you had a chance to tell your dad right now, he's in front of you, to tell him anything that you want to tell him, what would it be?
Oh, wow. Oh, you wasn't kidding about the deep stuff. Wow. Okay. I have to close my eyes for this. All right. Daddy, despite everything that we've gone through, I love you. I forgive you. I love you, and I love you forever. And that's never going to change. Even though things have changed, times have changed, we don't look the same, I still love you. I am still your daughter, and I got you through whatever. Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. Honestly, that wasn't that bad.
It was, I felt the tear. I felt it.
Luckily, I didn't ask you that first question and this question together. I think it would have been like a downpour. So that's why I was like, let me change that question.
Switch it up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this might turns out to be down. Yeah, no, yeah, I had to change that up, but I was like, okay, fine. So okay, to wrap it up. So what kind of message do you want to leave with the dads, the fathers, father figures out there, or the fathers to be?
Prioritize your daughter, like, or your son or whatever. Like, prioritize them. Because it shows. Kids don't say nothing, but it shows. It shows when you put the effort in, and it shows when you don't. I would say, like, always prioritize them and give them the best you can and have good intentions, because I really do believe like actions speak louder than words. Show up when you're supposed to, show up when you need to, like, and allow them to have creative freedom. Don't box your kids in, like, because you never know who you're like, you never know what kid could be a next Obama but couldn't because their parents
Mm,
was just like, no, this is what you're going to do.
mm,
You never know who could have been the next scientist because, but they couldn't because their parents were like, no, or the next photographer or the next artist. So just like let them have creative freedom, let them be them, like let them be them, and discipline them when you need to, but like let them be them, and accept them for who they are. And I think that's what all I have to say to dads.
cool, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. This was awesome. These questions were top notch. Had me thinking like, damn, oh God.
I had to bring it. I honestly had to customize the question based on, who the person is. Well, especially for you. I had to customize it just to like cater to the person, because I've had other questions, but they were moms and they were dads, and I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me revamp myself to ask you the better questions. But so that's why the question was the way it was right now. But again,
Okay.
just honestly, thank you so much
Thank you, VJ.
for
Thank you.
sharing your journey with your dad, your perspective. And I said it before, you might share some tears, and we share a couple of tears, and that was okay. That's fine. That shows your transparency, and that shows your honesty. And I appreciate that, and I'm so thankful and grateful for your presence on this podcast, for telling us your journey, for who you were to who you become. And I love the fact that you love who you are, which is really important. I love the fact that you become who you are.
My
Sorry,
dad.
go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's my dad. I really do think my dad had, not do think, I know my dad played a huge role in that. He
Absolutely.
instilled the confidence that I need to have, especially in a
And
world like ours.
and that's important. And one of the things that you said that stuck out to you was that, and when you were talking about, he took you out on a date to explain to you, your menstrual cycle. That for me, again, that's sticking out only because that's not done in our culture at all. It's not done. Your
Right.
dad was on a different level than any one of us. He was on a different level. He was how can I say this? He was an evolved version before any one of us. Like he was just like there before any one of us. Like we strive to be like that, but he was already there. He was doing it, and I absolutely adore who he is, what he has taught you. And a lot of us have the tendency to just like, especially dads, we have a tendency to do a lot where we give a lot, materialistic things, buy things, toys. But as you said, and many have said before, what is important is the time that you spend with your kids, the time you spend with your daughter, the time you spend with your son, because those are the ones that they're going to reflect on and say, my dad taught me this, and this is how I'm going to implement it in my life. This is the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that he taught me, and I'm going to be that because he taught me these things, and this is how I'm going to able to live. I'm able to become a better person, and that's what dad's supposed to be about. It's not about buying stuff. It's not about giving all the stuff. The only thing you need to give is your time to your kids. And I can, again, for myself, I can remember the time I sat down and talked to my dad about whatever was in my mind, and he was there to listen, regardless if he heard me or not. He was there to listen, and that's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on, as dads, to just like have the time to spend with our kids, take them to the park, go to the movies with them, to come out on a date, explain to them exactly what needs to happen, what's going on in the world. Because right now, the world that we live in is not for us. It's not friendly. It's not cute. And we have to like retrain our minds so we can train our kids to go out and come back home safe. It's a different society that we're living in right now, but we have to know that it's not about materialistic things. It's about time spent with your kids. And I encourage each and every one of you guys, and I know I've said it before and I'm going to continue it again, Be intentional with the person that you want to be. Always trying to be a better person for your of yourself, for your child, because you want them to do better than you. I want my son to be better than me. I want him to capitalize on everything that I do. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to continue doing more for him now. So when he looks back and say, God, Dad has done this, I can do it, and I can do it better. And that's exactly what my motto is. That's what I'm going for. But Cuzzo, thank you so much. I was gonna say thank you. Absolutely love you. Absolutely love who you have become. I absolutely love who you have become, and thank you.
Same here. I'm happy to see who you become too. You got your podcast. Look at you. You and Jazz doing big things. I love to see it. But seriously, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Okay, guys, I won't keep you. This was a beautiful, phenomenal, memorable episode, and thank you for tuning in, guys. Again, I'm not gonna hold you longer. I will catch you in a few. Bye. For more Dear Dad podcasts, visit Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Make sure you check Dear Dad Podcast on your favorite Instagram social media platform at Dear Dad Podcast. Catch you later.